the win streaks. Echo with an 8-0 run. Meanwhile, Onic having that 5-0. One team will come home with a dirtier match history.
Yep. Still, and one team will still have a win streak.
Because today it's still clean. After this, it's dirty.
Yes.
They get tainted.
My favorite adjective, dirty.
Anyway, guys.
Second is chaotic.
So this is the usual matchup in terms of the junglers. So one is more on the let's say a snowball effect because of the speed in terms of clear being wave jungling, and the other one is because of the damage potential or killing potential, which is more. So we can see the pure rage here for Ryzen, which is pretty nice, and more on the assassin type. So a lot of movement. From more on the movement speed for majority of players are heroes of Onic. Same goes with Valentina of Sanji, the usual emblem set that he uses for the Valentina.
Now we are heading on to a very silent early game, and I do think that this will change really quickly the moment one pulls the trigger. It's not like they're just waiting for that moment.
Yeah, not only that, but both these teams, like if you look at both Echo and Onic, they need the time to hit that level 4, right? Because they both have tools that once they hit that level 4, whether that's on Rapidude or whether that's on JP, they're going to look for those pickoffs. And that's why the isolation is so important for them as well, especially early on, because you already mentioned this, Womi, the capability to start momentum or snowball for any of these teams. They roll on that. They ride that wave very well. Now the bottom lane looks like this might be the focus, but again, no level 4 just yet for JP, so they can't find that. Sanji, taken quite low, has to go heal back up before this turtle spawns.
Yeah, man, so many tanky targets down bottom lane. Surely this will affect the upcoming fight for the turtle. Our XP laners are yet to reach level 4, so they're going to try to rush that. Super Prince already down bottom lane to reach level 4. Same with Cram, but I feel like he went for Cram solo XP instead, so they could have this Edith on level 4. Might be a crucial decision, but Sanford already flying in.
Sanford going to fly in with the Dragon Form. JP barely level 4. Still going to be the focus here. They're going to zone them out the best they can. Still Turtle going to be worked on. That was the Flicker used as well. Quite low. There's the Terrified. Ryzen going to get pushed out. Sanji has the Decimate of himself. He will fall though. Not able to get it, but Echo gets the first turtle of the game, a body for an objective.
That was a nice zone out by Sanford during that moment. Outright predicted that Ryzen was there after that Dragon Form went in with a Petrify against Ryzen. So it was a cause of delay for the jungler of Onic Philippines as to why Echo was able to secure that turtle. And also because of that, it was also a point because JP went level 4 because of that XP as well on the turtle. So it is an evil ball game, but the rotation definitely will be on the gold lane for like couple of seconds, and actually JP is already on position.
Yeah, JP could just flicker in, except he doesn't have it for a minute for now, so he's just gonna wait there. He's gonna go for an ultimate if ever he finds someone, but looks like he won't find anyone unless they go for the dive, in which case Net snuffs it out. Almost a death-defying situation where nothing really happened, my guy.
Well, if Nets is very vocal and proud lately of the performance of Onic, definitely he knows that he is the target early game.
He's actually going to he got dragged just now off camera, but he's going to be just fine, right? That's what JP was waiting for the whole time. Even used the Divine Judgment out there, but good thing, as you were mentioning, Chantel, Nets doesn't get taken down, so best case scenario, Cram, going to use that Primal Wrath, should be fine.
Yeah, you know, it's an Edith. It's really hard to kill an Edith, especially with the shield that comes with Primal Wrath and the healing with the attacks. But I do feel like Stanford will get rewarded with a bit of plating, but Cram decides to stay. Cram will be able to defend that, and Stanford, Ryzen might take him down.
And now Ryzen on the hunt. He's already using the Decimate. Sanford, Dragon Form, gets the stun, but can't get away. He will fall. Kill going to the hands there. Ryzen grabbing a kill for himself. Now, all this leading into the second turtle. Carl T's going to go ahead and work on his buff here. Meanwhile, everybody getting in positioning. JP also waiting for the Divine Judgment. There it is. Got the Flicker as well. They're in a good position to contest this turtle.
Well, I do understand the Petrify coming in from Sanford. I feel like canceling that Black Dragon Form quite too early. It was a bit of a miscomm coming in from Echo, and now Cram goes in, does find Carl Teasy.
Oh, it doesn't find him. Gets the knock up with the Earth Shatter though. It's still going to be working on turtle. Will be claimed here. By Ryzen. Gets him that one. Rapidude will fall though. Echo now on the board. Still going to be looking for a fight here. Holding on to the Nether Realm. They're going to use it themselves. pushing Onic back. Cram to get retribution. There's their Nether Realm. And now everybody still at a stable position here in the mid lane. They're going to back off.
Okay, for Onic, they actually secured the turtle and all started with the zone out from the players of... actually, for Echo, they wanted to zone out Rapido. So Carl TZ went in for Rapido, and at the same time, for the players of Onic, JP was actually able to do the Divine Judgment. But it just so happened that for Echo, they weren't able to secure that turtle because, they went in for Rapido. So it's more of a miscommunication, if I might say, for Echo on this game. And even the retribution it has been used to just slow down the players because this is a roamer and you have to force them to, as much as possible, be limited in terms of the vision that they give to their teammates.
Yeah, and Rapidude has been very effective in doing so. Carl TZ had to put his hand on it. In this case, his wheel on it. It really hurt Rapidude with that one skill alone. It's quite surprising to see a Baksha deal that much damage. And now we're back to this lull, this time where everybody's just waiting for the next big objective or maybe someone to be isolated. But both teams are really displaying this excellent decision-making inside the lane where they don't show their weaknesses.
You know what? If a game is this discreet as early as 6 minutes, it means that both Echo and Onic has of high respect to both because they don't usually dive if there's no good objective.
Oh!
Okay.
Rapidude!
I thought there was going to be a play.
I was waiting for it too. It looked like that could have been a moment where Rapidude jumps in.
Me too. I was expecting. I was ready for my shot as well.
The preemptive shot. I know. I felt it too. You know.
I felt it, dude.
No,
it was a 3-man knockup.
We were just trying to read the Rapido. Oh, its name.
There you go.
It's a 9.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
That's how you do it. They're vocalizing. And now, Ryzen plus Carl TZ sitting near the turtle about to fight. Cram will be able to knock him off, but look at this. Another knockup. Crucial CC from Cram.
Already going to get both of these Nether Realms down here. Turtle going to be secured. Carl TZ gets it. Still going to be looking for a fight. Sanji on the run. Has to flicker out. Ryzen already using that Decimate. Not able to get the target. JP, though, will go down here. Top side.
Okay, so there was a casualty on the top side, but Echo was able to secure that turtle objective. And all I gotta say, that was a nice control flicker from Sanji, actually, because it was a Cartesi that was hit by the Decimate from Ryzen. But Onic Philippines is just all over the place of Echo's territory. And there's a possibility for them. No, it's not a possibility. It's as sure as day that they will secure this third at the top lane. But the lead is just for 100, and that's because of the good laning as well. And even though Nets was able to tear down a turret against Benecutie. Benecutie is still on the lead, just a very minimal value of gold.
And I just have to say the choice here for Benecutie is really nice. Having that golden staff early would allow him to deal more damage in exchange of having no lifesteal. But you know, it's better to... The best defense is offense at this point. You kind of want to kill your enemy before they kill you. That's the best defense for Benecutie.
Yeah, it's and not only that, but what you're seeing is just a lot of discipline from both the sides here, because it's relatively a low action game at this point, right? Between everything that's happened with the Turtles into the First Lord. Even right now, Onyx using the conceal, looking for a play on the bottom side. They're not going to find it, but if they can get a turret, that'd be great for them position and space-wise.
Yeah, and cross-map play. Well, I think Echo will be able to take down a turret top side. In exchange, Onic will be able to secure one bottom side. And that's really good because this is a good display of what competitive MOBB is. Nobody's showing their openings. They're just exchanging objectives. And we're bound to see one big team fight that changes that all. And wow, I love soccer.
Feels like it.
But anyway, as a part of what Nice said, as a part of the discipline, actually since this game started,
Oh, here we go! They knew right there. They get the Nether Realm out. He's going to be in trouble. They have to go in. Ryzen from the backside. Still going to be looking. Nets unleashing as well. Way of the Dragon going to find Carl TZ. He's still quite healthy, though. Here comes Sanford on the hunt. He's going to find him. JP will fall. Rapidu flickers out to safety. Now Nets on the run. But Sanford's right there for him. And they grab another kill. 3 down for Onic. And Echo makes a beeline to the Lord.
3 for 1. Echo with the sustain allows them to survive the initial burst coming in from Onic. And they had proper target acquisition, getting nets as well. And this will reward them with the first Lord of the game. Can Onic actually contest this, Rintel?
I doubt that they will go because Ryzen is not actually up. He's still at 5 seconds for that timer. And I gotta say for Echo, that is one controlled aggression because they just waited for that concealed play and just went straight to the players of Onic. And Onic wasn't prepared for that kind of play. And it's a nice sacrifice for JP. He is the tanker. As long as they were able to secure a kill against Onic, and they're fine. And now a 2.3k goal lead from 500 to 300. It's huge this time around.
It is huge. 2k gold lead, 10 minutes in. Onic could still fight head to head, but I would say Echo has a slight edge in terms of picking them off.
Yep.
So they got to be careful with their positioning. It was as quick as a snap. The moment that they saw someone enter that bush alone, it was go time for JP.
And right now, they got to deal with this Lord, which they should make quick work of. As they do, still holding on to the tier 2 turret as well on the top side. They've got to deal with the waves next, losing the bottom tier 2.
And
Echo
now,
finding what they can.
and I do think JP.
Oh, JP gonna get dragged here. Going for it. Finds Ryzen. Ryzen quite low. Still gonna be up for now. Somehow still alive. Goes back to the base, but the rest of the team is gonna be slaughtered as they take on the force of Echo. Another round to push into the base here, driving them back. Thankfully, only one down for Nets.
Oh, wow.
But it's another one for the GOAT. 2,000 assists, and he's still going with Echo here. Full force into the base.
Wow.
Now the focus in the middle lane. Turret still a couple hits away. They should be able to get it crammed, trying to keep it together. Ryzen as well. One hit away, and the turret falls there in the mid lane.
Masterful formation and masterful juggling of turret aggro. This is a world champion, Echo.
You know what? 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes, and 5.6k gold. And it's as if Onic doesn't have a time, or they don't really have a breather, because JP's always there, does that flicker and the divine judgment. And Onic, it's as if they are forced to be reactive for this game, even though Nets has the items at level 12. I don't think it's advisable for him to be upfront, because the moment that Echo jumped into their inhibitor turret at the middle lane, Nets was in front, so he's a perfect target for Echo. So Onic right now has to be careful and force that maybe 16-minute game time for this to be the lead to a lesson.
Yeah, and the next Lord will be crucial as well, considering that it is the first Luminous Lord of the game, and Echo is in prime condition to take it away from Onic. And now, big rotation coming in from the Orcas, swimming together down bottom lane. They do leave the Kaja in the river. And look at Onic right now. They're not even leaving their own jungle. It's starting to look like a massacre from the Orcas.
And I wanted to explain this earlier because I was caught because there was a team fight, right? For Echo, actually, what's been effective for this team is that during the start of the game, they have been delaying their minion, both gold lane and XP lane.
Yep.
So the players are forced to be near the turrets of Echo. So it has really been Echo setting up the tempo for this game. And for Onic, it might be risky for them to actually contest this one. Probably force a split push since they are known for the banana split. But someone for Echo has to defend their turrets.
Look at this. They're just going to go ahead and give up the Lord. They put some pressure on the bottom side, but ultimately they're going to find themselves Onic on the defense once again as Lord is secured by Echo. Now furthering the gold lead, they have 8,000 gold, stealing these resources and buffs away from Onic as well. Gonna make that defense that much harder.
It's going to be really hard for Onic, and considering what Echo did to Blacklist yesterday, 18k gold lead, it's very far from what's happening to Onic right now, but for someone who's in second place, Echo is winning quite well, and all they needed was one team fight, and now JP with a conceal, the dragon is up there.
Looking for a target, gonna go for the divine judgment, gonna go ahead and get the pull. Ryzen gonna be in trouble. Lord's still gonna be up here, they get the nether realm out too. Nets trying to bob and weave through it, keeping him at bay. He finds Sanford will go down. They find two, still gonna be working for more, but Benny Cutie answers with a double kill himself, and that is a trade, the 2 for 1, but Onic stays in the game.
And right after the team fight, we saw two players from Echo actually buying that immortality. And Onic right now, the strength for this team is that they have Super Friends, And every time there is going to be a setup lane for Echo, it's kind of predictable because it's just a linear movement for them. Now for Onic, all they have to do is protect nets, and this has been working from them or for them from the previous series or from all the win streak that they had. But the gold for okay, let's compare the gold. Nets is at 9.3k and Benecutie is at 12. So the final items might be the difference for this player.
Nets is in trouble here.
Cartes
He's
has
gonna get
blade armor.
zoned completely.
No way!
He knows it too. Nets left to it, and he will go down. Wow, Carl Teasy.
You know what? Moment of silence, my guys. That is humiliating. 2 seconds done. Wait, you know what? That's 1 second. But anyway, my guy just recalled right into his face. He knew what was gonna happen.
Well, for Cartes, he actually built the blade armor as early as possible, even though Nets wasn't really part of the team fight on early to mid game. So they're ready that the Nets is going to be the problem of the late game. So why not build the blade armor so I can do this at around 14-minute game time and find Nets at the bottom lane. He was just prepared for it, right? So that is a blade armor, Scar Guardian helmet, and then the immortality.
And honestly, looking at the items for the carry here, he should be able to deal damage on Carl Teasy. But you know, it comes with a price. It deals damage back to him. And as a carry, here's something that I discovered by playing carry in solo queue quite recently. You can't really cancel your attacks because you don't have animations. You can't walk away to cancel it. So if the Baksha decides to trail you while you run away, you just keep on attacking even if you don't want to anymore. Unless, of course, you die. Then you stop inevitably. 15 seconds before the next Lord. This is something Echo could just secure. It's a big lead that they have.
I think they do, man. Honestly, you know, I don't see Onic really contesting this. They shouldn't because they've got so much ground to cover here.
Okay.
And it looks like they might want to. They want to at least get some information. They got to be careful, though. JP, are we going to go for it with the Divine Judgment? Now it's Ryzen once again. Sanford going to pop the Dragon form, looking for Nets. Going to zone him out the best he can. The team's response is there. They've got their own Nether Realm. Cram going to be in trouble. He falls in the jungle. And they're going to be forced back to the base. They're still going to give it a go. Benecutie from the backside. Wow. Everybody's low. Benecutie doesn't even need to do anything.
They don't have the minions,
because
though.
they have to run to the base. He's going to get dragged here. They don't have any minions. So despite the efforts, now Echo has to deal with the response from Onic Philippines. There's the kick. They find JP. Ryzen will fall, though. Now a couple minions make it to the base. Benecutie just going to leave. Wave's going to be cleared here. Rapidude has the immortality. Echo still looking to end the game, and this should be it. Because zone Super Prince out, and Echo will do it. They'll take game 1.
And this winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FW.